I think we all had a very different idea of where this thing was going to go when we embarked on it. But then you talk to more and more people, and you get these different sort of like shades and nuances, and you get dragged in these different directions. So people, unless you've listened on Spotify, you wouldn't have heard the sort of the third episode, which is mostly about like Warren G. And that was something that kind of, I don't think we'd necessarily planned for the majority of one episode to be about Warren G. But he just happened to be one of those guys, and we met him and we spoke to him, and he was just like so fucking compelling and so amazing and such a great storyteller. We're just like, all right, like this guy has to get his own episode. And I suppose when people hear it, they'll agree maybe he should get his own series, his own TV show, Warren G the movie.
The cartoon or something.
The cartoon.
Now, Warren G was great, man. And that was a great get, man, because, for those that don't know about how we got Warren G, like we flew out to LA, Matt, myself, and Mena to sit down with Warren G. And we were there from like a Friday to like Sunday night.
Right.
But you decided to stay an extra day, and when we got to, we couldn't find Warren G. We were able to sit down with Russell, but we could not find Warren G. So I fly back thinking we didn't get Warren G. How did you land the Warren G? Because you conducted that interview all on your own, man.
I did. Yeah, it was you had literally just arrived at the airport when I got a call from. We employed a booker to help us get some celebrities and stuff. And she was like, right, we've got Warren, like, saddle up. You've got to get to this. I forget where this town was. It's this obscure town outside of LA. And I was like, Reggie, have you boarded? You got to come back. But you were just like, I don't know, you were just about to board. Yeah. So I had to go and like get Warren G myself. And were you kind of intimidated at having to do that?
Yeah, he was texting me saying, I don't know what I should do.
I was shitting myself.
Why?
Like,
but why though?
I don't know. Well,
I said, just go there, man. He was like, I don't know. Is it right? They won't tell me what building it is. I said, just start knocking on doors.
Like you before you go, like you have I think that you have this thing where, and you even said it at the top of this episode, like I'm this white guy from Scotland. I'm this white, but that you kind of actually hold on to that, like as a mechanism.
Right.
And so because, in this culture, like, yeah, of course, there's different people, but I think you kind of carried that on your own.
Yeah. I mean, maybe, well, to be fair, by this point in the project,
right.
I'd done enough of it that I sort of was less burdened with those feelings. It was more just because everybody fucking knows Regulate. Everybody knows Warren G.
Right.
Like, Regulators, Mount Up, like that. I mean, that song was huge in Scotland as well. So I was like, fuck, it's Warren G. And the place where I met him was really random as well. He has this like recording studio, but it's out on some sort of like industrial estate surrounded by like offices and like random businesses and stuff. And I couldn't find it. And I met someone in the parking lot and was like, I'm looking for Warren G. And they were just like, oh, okay, like wait here. And they went outside and there was this office with all like blacked out windows and stuff. And the guy like disappears in, comes out, and he's like, okay, and like go up and like knock on the door, and like it opens up and there's just like smoke like floods out of it.
Weed smoke,
yeah. And there's like Warren G, and he just stood there with like a blunt, and he's talking to someone on the phone, and he like looks at me, looks at the blunt, looks back at me, looks at the blunt, and he just like passes me the joint before he's even said anything to me. And I was just like,
and did you reach out? Did you reach out and grab the blunt, man?
Nah, I was like, nah, I've got to work. Like,
right.
I've got to do an interview. Fucking interview Warren G. I can't smoke a joint.
Right.
But he just like finished off his conversation and sat down with me, but he was expecting you. Like he wanted you. He was like,
of course.
He was like, "Where's Reggie? What's this guy?" And I was just like, I had to explain that you were like mid-air, like on a flight back to New York, and I was like, "Fuck, like you're gonna have to like make do with me." And he is just like,
was he disappointed, or did you get a sense that he was disappointed? Or
well, he's not got Combat Jack.
I know, but I'm saying, did you get a sense? Or was he cool about it?
I think he was cool about it, but he definitely he expected you. Like our styles of interviewing are different because like Combat Jack is way more like fluid and conversation and let's like chop it up, let's shoot the shit. Whereas I'm just like more like cold hard, like give me stories,
Yeah.
like tell me the stories in detail. And a lot of the stuff I was asking him, he'd done on your show. Like I was asking him about when he was kind of discovered by Paul Stewart for like Indo Smoke, and how then that record got passed on to Chris Lighty, who was like, okay, like we gotta get this guy, we gotta sign this guy, and he ends up at Def Jam, and that kind of saves Def Jam. That whole sort of story that we get into in episode 3. And I really wanted all those details, but he was just like, I fucking told Reggie this. Like, I've already said all this stuff. And I was like, but no, like, please, like, you need to say it again. And we were like, reached this like moment of impasse where I was like, he was talking about the day he met Paul Stewart, who's a kind of well-known record producer. I think he's been on your show before,
yes.
right? Yeah. He was talking about like that day, and I was like, but no, like, tell me more. Like, what was Paul Stewart wearing? Like, what were you wearing? Like, all the dumb shit that like radio producers like ask to get like really kind of rich, like vivid kind of visual stories. And he was just like, he got so frustrated. And then like, he kind of like, after that, like I suppose his spirit was like somewhat broken. He's like, I'm not going to get fucking rid of this guy until like I give up the goods. So he just like told the stories, and he was great though. That is like probably one of the top 10 coolest things that's happened in my entire life.
You didn't smoke weed. That's why. If you just took a little pull, he probably would feel comfortable.
Right. So next time I should just take drugs if they're offered to me.